Welcome back to Super Mario Sunshine Any% tutorial series. Sirena Beach can be a rough stage in a speedruns. There are two boss fights that are relatively luck-based. The first one is Manta Ray in episode 1. The second one is a Gimpu in episode 5. For this episode, I won't be including beginner and advanced strats at all, because the fight itself is a really straightforward when you get started with it. First you have to talk to the hotel owner, keep talking to him. At the end of the text boxes I always like holding B button down, then I mash A, so I don't accidentally do a frame perfect jump dive right after I close the text box. So let's start the fight. I will just do this fight once. Usually people get on top of the foot and there's different strats to deal with Manta. The splitting of Manta is completely random, and having a really good spam spray helps a lot with the fight. So I usually go around this spot, then I start spam spraying and I zoom out at the same time, so I see where the Mantas are splitting, and I judge my spot, and what I will do after that, I see them splitting. Keep an eye out on your water as well all the time. When they turn purple, they will start chasing at you. Keep spam spraying everywhere you see there all the time. You can do like spin jumping spam sprays. This is mostly just spam spraying all the time. The better the splitting is for Manta, the better the fight will be overall, I would say. So then they don't get to go too far away. When there are small Mantas, they start running away from you. When they're purple, they start chasing you. You have to get all the Mantas to their smallest form. Then they start chasing you. But that was the fight. And the shine appears at the start. I was in a first person mode before the cutscene started, so we'll look at the shine immediately like this, and I can just do a jump dive to get the shine. Episode 2 is one of the 2 secrets of this stage. Also one of the hardest secrets. You have to enter the main hall in a hotel and use boost to get to the secret. You can do the water slide at the start like that, to spray on the ground. At the start I would say spam spray few times like that and get on this pool over here and get up on the second floor. Then you use this pool to get to the next floor. And you're in a secret. The secret itself is very hard, so let me walk through this. There are these stools, flying stools are always in the same pattern. You can jump dive on them, you can jump on them to get past. Now for this part, the next step, what I'm gonna do is wall jump. Then I'm gonna rotate the control stick to get a wall jump with a spinning like this. I'll do it again, so I can spin jump again like that. For this part, these next blocks are sinking sands, so they're gonna disappear after a couple seconds. I'm just gonna walk past this. You don't have to do any more, but just jumping. You can change the camera angles with the C-stick as well. If you want to get a 1-up, there's a really easy one under these 3 watermelons. Then on this wheel, just side flip over it like this. I always like to have that angle, so camera angle, so I see how I'm doing in the other side. For this part, you can do a jump dive and get to the other side. And jump dive to the end. For advanced strats, this is one of the hardest secrets of the game then. I'll be doing lots of jump dives in a secret. And very precise movement at the end called momentum spin jump from a wheel. And here at the start you can do water slide, the spin jump to get to the secret with the wall jumps. You wanna spray like that so you get the pools out of the way. The The same thing I explained earlier about this, I'll be using here, about the wall jumps with the spinning. Then this part is very scary. The spin jump type like that. Then I go over here to skip that part of the section. To get to this field. Then I wanna have this right angle from the left or right side. And I do a momentum spin jump like that. It's very scary. It has no backup. Episode 3 is one of the shortest levels in a game. When you do a glitch called banana split, as we call it. And I'm gonna walk through that for you in this video. Then in the next clip, I'll show it fast with advanced strats. First you need the banana with you. That is located over here. And just for beginners, I'm not gonna show the wall jumps off the middle part. Get up there, I'll just use the staircase. You have to get to the 3rd floor. And this is where you do the skip. So for the skip, you have to do a backflip. Then you drop the banana at the peak of the backflip. And when you're throwing the banana, you press down right before you press B. So it would look like this when you look at the input display right now. So the banana pushes you through the wall. And it is very simple and easy to get used to. Now I'm gonna show the same strat again, but faster, by using the wall jumps in a hole. Water slide like that. To dodge the owner. Get the banana, then I spin jump and a wall jump off in this hole. For this banana, it's either you jump and dive into it really fast. I always do spin jumps like that, to wall jumps. Then I just do this relatively fast. Just like earlier. Episode 4 is a casino secret, the second secret of the stage. There is a skip for casino, so I'm not gonna do the whole casino section at all. Basic thing of the level, get to the hotel. Then you have to go up left and talk to the casino owner, I guess, or the pianta over here. And he lets you to the casino. Now you're in a casino. The skip can be done either right or left side. I'm only gonna show it from left side. First, you have to get up on this ledge. Then you can do either a wall jump by doing a wall side flip like this to get up here. And if you hover enough, you will grab this ledge. Let me show it again. So you do the side flip on that small part. It can be very difficult to get the side flip quickly. Then after you grab the ledge, you press A. Now don't move at all. You can do this really easy way by using a first person and go either right or left way. Doesn't matter, as long as you're able to sidestep. Then sidestep past, like that end of this part. You see this part that I'm spraying at? You wanna spray at this part. Then at this point, you're around the corner or the edge of this invisible barrier. You wanna jump and hover, then go to this direction where the pipe is located. And he successfully did a casino skip. Now for the secret itself. The secret is always in a cycle, so you have to wait for this cube over there. If you don't wanna do the faster start, that can be very hard for beginners. I'm just gonna take this easy for you beginners. Just waiting for this cube. And these cubes are always in the same cycle as well. They're not random. Take your time to like jump over this small gap. You can get the one up there. Then you can, if you can catch that cycle, but I'm just gonna wait for it. Wanna move around with the camera to see where the cubes are going. Then get on this cube. Can change the camera so you can see you're not in a slippery slope. There's also a 1-up if you want to get with a triple jump. For this cube, it always goes in the same path, only twice. And that's the secret. I'm gonna do the fastest movement to get to the secret, and the secret itself. The secret itself is also one of the hardest of the game. When you do the faster strats at the start to catch the right cycles. This is the kind of movement I use. You can also do water slides in a different way to get to this guy. As for water slide in this part, I also do it that like this way. Grab this ledge quickly, spin jump to the wall. Quickly do the turnaround and then I dive to the secret like that. Now for the secret itself, you have to catch these cube cycles I'm going for right now. Very precise, tight timing. This part you can wait for the cube to get to the end, or do the triple jump or spin jump dive. Here at the end, this is not mandatory, but it's very cool. Called momentum spin jump. You do it off by running. Now it's time for a second boss fight of this level, Kimpu. Also, luck factor, shine, RNG is there. There is a good base spin to explain how Kimpu extra cycles and RNG works as whole, made by Alderado. I linked the base spin in the description below. Please take a look at it if you want to learn more about it. I will let's say, I will try my best to explain how Kimpu exactly works for extra cycles. But first, get to the casino, then just enter the shine. Or enter the fight, let's say. At the start of the fight, you want to go to the middle quickly just by running. So you hear like a sound effect from Kimpu disappearing like this. You heard it. Then you can just start the fight, aim up while spraying like that all the time. Now there's a chance for Kimpu to give me an extra cycle, but it didn't happen. If at the beginning of the fight you see... Well, I'll explain it when I get to the next cycle. You can use the durians or any fruits to damage him. First you have to hit the pepper to hit his tongue. Then use any other fruit to damage him. Now this is script extra cycle as we call it, or like you have to go through this, it's mandatory extra cycle, so it's not counted as an extra cycle. So you see the middle part in a slot machine is a coin. If that one is a green question mark, it is a guaranteed fruit. But now it's not, so we have to see and what it is. It is a fruit. So we got lucky. Sometimes you probably want to stop these wheels on the ground, so you will have easier time to catch these fruits. I always like to ground pound these as soon as possible. Time for another forced extra cycle. The enemies has to spawn, then you can go underneath him, despawn them and go to the next cycle. Now you see the question mark was in the middle, so I know it's guaranteed extra cycle. Not extra cycle, it's a guaranteed fruit, sorry. So that was a perfect fight. I just damaged Kimpu, and I'm gonna go to the forced extra cycle, because after a fruit, it's never possible to get fruits again. After you despawn Kimpu when he shows up the enemies. If it's an extra cycle, immediately despawn Kimpu and try again. Now it's time for a Sirena Beach 6, kinda known Shine as a whole, because it has the biggest version difference between English versions versus Japanese version. I'm currently on Japanese version and I will show how it is done. You wanna be spam spraying as much as possible everywhere, because you never know how much invisible goop you have left behind. That's what I usually start, so I get off that part, so I don't have to do it later. You see how much I'm spraying in the same spots all the time. You wanna be careful and keep an eye out on your water when you get to this spot. You don't wanna run out water before this part, but there's conveniently water. Spray everywhere as much as you can. Even in the same spot twice, even if you already sprayed there. The goal of this shrine in Japanese version is to not leave behind way too much goop. Like, this is still accessible, but you may see there's invisible goop. Like, I'm not even close to that part of the texture, and I still got damaged. Or you see these particles coming out of the ground, that's invisible goop, and that's not good. And after that, just talk to the Pianta and get the shine. Now I have PAL version, so I will have much easier time with the goop requirement, which is less and there's no invisible goop. I'll be doing the same route I was doing for Japanese route, but I can leave goop behind this time. And I know for sure have I sprayed everywhere if I see some goop left in the ground. Like this spot, for example, I may not be able to see have I invisible goop in Japanese version. And that small spot I just left doesn't matter, since the requirement is less tight in PAL version. So you can get an easily time like 225s if you have a relatively good spam spray. Time for episode 7 again. The Shadow Mario is inside the hotel and we had to catch him. He will start going upstairs when you chase him at the start. Usually the best point is to never make him to go upstairs. At the start I'm gonna jump dive as close as possible. Well, not too close. Like this, and I try to spray at him. If he gets too far I can spray at him like this and make him to stop at the stairs at least. If he goes up, he will go this way first. Then he stops here. And that's when he starts going to 3 different directions based on your movement and where you were when he saw you. For advanced strats I'm showing just to get a faster quick kill for Shadow Mario. There is a quick kill with the spam spray, but I'm not able to show it. And it is very difficult that not many runners, if anyone goes for it. So what I'm doing is jump dive like that and have it right distance from him so he stops right around this spot. So basically he doesn't hit the stairs at all. That's like the fastest way you can do it without spam spraying. The best way is to end it here for the Shadow Mario. And that was Sirena Beach. If you do have any questions, leave a comment and I will answer your questions. Thanks for watching.